some breaking news on the Rachel Reeves rental story, and it is that the estate agents used by Rachel Reeves to rent out her property in South London, Harvey Wheeler, they've apologised to her for what they're calling an oversight after they did not apply for a licence that she needed on her behalf, having offered to do so. So a development there from the estate agents used by Rachel Reeves. Deputy Political Editor Sam Coates is there. Sam, what more are the estate agents saying and how significant could this be?
Well, tonight, Mark, we're still waiting for correspondence from Downing Street, but in the interim, things seem to be going the way of the Chancellor, and this appears to be evidence that vindicates her version of events. So, Harvey Wheeler, a lettings firm, have issued a lengthy statement, a lengthy mea culpa over their oversight. It says that it is their job when tenancies begin to make sure that licences, where necessary, should be applied for, and that it's absolutely reasonable that their clients would have been under the impression that a licence had been applied for. Although it's not their responsibility to do that, they did offer to help Rachel Reeves with it. We deeply regret the issue caused to our clients, as they would have been under the impression that a licence had been applied for. In other words, the lettings firm appeared to have suggested to Rachel Reeves and her family that they had obtained a licence on behalf of them, and that licence was never applied for. So it appears to suggest that the lettings agency was entirely to blame for this state of affairs, that Rachel Reeves would have thought that she was in compliance with the law, and I suspect that that will lead Downing Street and the independent investigator to conclude that there is no further case to answer. So once again, the lettings agency is saying that they gave the impression that they were getting the licence, but they accidentally forgot to do so. So the Reeves family would have thought that they had been in the right, and the culpability lies with the letting agency itself. Let's see how this story unfolds over the next couple of hours.
Right, but just to be clear, this is separate from emails that, as you said earlier, we're expecting later this evening.
Yes, but we're expecting things that very much along the same lines of this. We're expecting that Rachel Reeves' husband's correspondence with this letting agency is published, that we would expect to say something along the same lines and then finally draw a line under this affair. Rachel Reeves appears to have been cleared last night simply on her own account of what happened, and through the course of today it has emerged that no independent evidence appears to have been submitted to the independent investigator into ministerial interest, Laurie Magnus. That's why he's reopened the case, is looking again at it. But if the if the correspondence corresponds with the statement that we have had from the lettings agency, which says, look, it's all our fault, we told them that we got the licence, we were wrong, we are to blame, then that would suggest that it's unlikely that the Downing Street would require any more further action and that Rachel Reeves' job is safe tonight.